finally, their cancer treatment will be too. Introducing the Dare to Dream Project from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Help us transform treatment and care for kids and support all our work at LLS.org.
Honest Expert Plumbing is just a click away. Nixco Plumbing offers online scheduling for residential and commercial plumbing service in the greater Cincinnati area. We provide 5-star service, including drain cleaning. Schedule your service now at nixcoplumbing.com.
Why settle when your love is as real as it gets? Begin your unforgettable engagement with a GIA-graded 1-carat natural diamond set in a timeless gold ring for just $3,950. Because love isn't made in a lab. We welcome all to experience the finest natural diamonds and rarest creations at prices you must see to believe. James Free Jewelers, 9555 Main Street, Montgomery, or shop online at jamesfree.com.
Excuse me, I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in the pipeline. But nada, nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here and do this. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Protect what matters most with G4Direct.com's easy, high-definition, affordable video security solutions for home or business. Local and veteran-owned, G4Direct.com offers 4K resolution, smart AI features, no subscription fees ever. Installers, dealer programs available. Protect what matters, G4Direct.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
As a truck driver, I've learned how important road safety is. I know that large trucks need more time and room to stop. That's why I always hang back and follow other vehicles at a safe distance. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, try to remember to always give trucks extra space when you merge in front of them. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Mike Allen Jr. here. We have the greatest legal system in the world, but it all depends on having a great attorney. Charged with a crime, call me. 999 Laws. TK Law. Criminal defense, estate planning, divorce, and personal injury. That's 513-999-LAWS.
Homeowners, it's time to start fresh in 2025. It's Eddie. Loan Pronto is here to help you take control of your finances by lowering your house payment and consolidating nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans starting in the low fives. If your current rate's over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto. Lock in a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 513-800-1550, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
There's something very dangerous in your home. It could be hiding in a closet or waiting in the basement. It's not sharp or toxic or flammable, yet it helps send more people to the trauma center than any other household item.
Hey, hon, do me a favor and hold the ladder for me.
I have a better idea. Let's just call somebody to clean the gutters.
To scoop out a few leaves? I'll be down in a heartbeat. Whoa! Ow!
No!
Using a ladder might seem easy. Misusing one is even easier. Ask any of the 150,000 people who fell off their ladders into the trauma center last year alone. Don't let a do-it-yourself project do yourself in. For tips on ladder safety, visit orthoinfo.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep your bones safe, strong, and well-connected.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Check out the Tri-State's largest inventory of brand new Ford Broncos, Super Duty, and Ford Mustang at MikeCastrucciFord.com. That's Mike Castrucci Ford.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to 700 WLW. Also available on 94.5 FM W233BG Cincinnati.
All right, back with Eddie and Rocky.
So, of course, in the day and age of online shopping, what's become popular to do and really popularized by Amazon is read the reviews, right? You read the reviews on something before you make that purchase. And a lot of people have faith in these reviews, but according to this article I saw in the Washington Post, I guess they're saying it's harder than ever to find reliable product recommendations online.
Right.
So what's happening, and it's kind of complicated, but basically there's all these organizations that, conduct, we're used to Consumer Reports and those sort of things come out and analyze a bunch of products and give you just unbiased data on that. Well, I guess what they have these things called SEO content farms, okay, which basically kind of artificially, using technology and using all these algorithms and stuff, kind of just pump up the numbers and pump up the reviews of certain,
right?
Using AI and all these things, pump up the reviews of certain things. Then the other thing that they do, and again, this is, so I'll just describe it. Giselle Navarro, managing editor of House Fresh, an air purifier site, started looking into this when she noticed a rash of sites all recommending the same air purifier. The problem, the recommended model had been recalled, and the manufacturer was the defendant in a class action lawsuit and had filed for bankruptcy. The company was trying to load off merchandise by paying websites a huge commission for every sale.
Wow.
So you pay a website, sale.com, a bunch of money to say, Eddie Finger's cookies are the absolute best. Even when they're not, you don't even bake cookies. You haven't baked cookies in a year, and you're going to jail. Yep. Right? So it's kind of a weird shell game they're playing with websites and paying off websites, and it's kind of a complex deal. But I found it. I've always felt like with reviews. I mean, if you're a big company, wouldn't you? And you got a competing product, wouldn't you just pay a bunch of people to go on and write negative reviews? It seems
absolutely.
like that'd be the easiest thing in the world to do.
That's a reason I don't pay attention to any reviews I read anymore. It's sad to say.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you read it in the Enquirer or something, and Pandolfi's writing a review of a restaurant, okay, that's one guy's opinion.
Correct.
That I trust that. But to go on Yelp or one of those things and see a bunch of people say this is really great, and then a couple of people say this sucks, and I had a rat tail in my salad or whatever the hell. I don't trust any of that stuff now.
And it's a shame too, because it used to be,
right.
Do people like this thing or not? Well, people always figure out how to beat the system, and it's been figured out.
Well, it's always going to be. You never know what anybody's motivation is anymore, right? I mean, hell, they might not like the fact that you got they saw somebody wearing a Trump hat or whatever the case might be.
Right.
They're like, I'm never going there again. That place sucks.
Right.
Or whatever.
We've talked about, we've done the topic before about on restaurants with the reviews on Yelp, how, one or two bad Yelp reviews by some customer, you didn't fill up their Diet Coke fast enough, and they go and trash your place.
that's pretty unfair.
Right.
Pretty unfair. So,
and then they call their friends to get them involved and like, hey, let's take this place down. Da 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 da. They did me wrong. I didn't like the way the waitress looked at me or some such. It's stupid.
I hate that, by the way, because I know people that have done that. Like people in the broadcasting industry, ESPN will like say their Delta flight gets canceled 3 times. And they'll go on Twitter, hey, at Delta, your airline sucks. Right. Come on. Like, I've never stooped to that, and I hope I never do. I just think that's kind of classless to do that.
Well, if somebody...
Just to post a negative review to try to blow some company up. I mean,
Look, if somebody's being rude to you or if you have a legit gripe.
Right.
Okay, I can see doing that.
Yeah.
But just because, your flight or some such got canceled... Sorry about your luck.
Yeah,
it happens to everyone.
Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of self-serving. Like, I think I'm powerful enough to tag Delta in a tweet, and they're going to stop everything and, bail down to me. No.
Well, people like that always want satisfaction on the spot.
Right.
If you go to somebody and they say, hey, look, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Then you go, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm somebody.
Yeah. Get you right now. And you can on social media. You can, post something negative and boom, there they go.
All right. And with that, let's get on out of here, Hoss. And we'll do it again tomorrow. But right now it is the news. News Radio 700 WLW.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
A significant step toward getting 471 southbound reopened. This is the 6 o'clock report. I'm Matt Reese. Breaking now.
Today is the first day of install, and by the end of the day, Wednesday, we should have the remaining, all of the girders will be in place over the next 3 days.
They're installing steel beams this week to support the new deck of I-471 South over the Cincinnati riverfront. It has been closed since November 1st. Because of that fire that was intentionally set at Sawyer Point, it spread upward and burned the expressway. Girders started arriving yesterday, a total of 7 necessary to rebuild that stretch of road so that it can reopen. Kathleen Fuller with the Ohio Department of Transportation.
We are definitely on schedule for an early March opening, and yes, the weather could potentially play a role in all of this. We hope that we have a friend and not a foe in Mother Nature over the next several weeks.
On the 700 WLWX account, you can see a time lapse of the first girder being lifted into place. Now we have the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, don't let injuries slow you down. The UC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine experts can help keep you moving. Schedule a same-day appointment at uchealth.com. Well, traffic is sluggish on 75 as you make your way southbound. 74 to the Brent Spence, about a half-hour delay. And 71 southbound Taft to the Brent Spence adds about 25 minutes. Now, we do have heavier traffic 275 as well. Eastbound Lebanon to Loveland, Madeira. 20-minute delay here. And on 71 northbound, Smith Edwards to Pfeiffer, we're stop and go. Northbound to 75, heavy 2 between Mitchell and Paddock. Good news on 275 at Reed Hartman, accident has cleared out of the way. 75 southbound between the Brent Spence Bridge and 12th Street, a couple of minutes slowdown through the area. And then 275 slows at the Kentucky-Indiana state line. Southbound, it's about a 23-minute delay. And westbound, about an 8-minute slowdown. I'm Rick Schremp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now, the latest forecast from the No Fear Dentist Weather Center. Advanced Dentistry. The thought of the dentist making you a nervous wreck? We're here for you. NoFearDentist.com.
Tonight, clouding up and an overnight low of just 12 degrees. Tomorrow, snow showers, a dusting or a bit more, a high of 23. At night, clearing out late and a low down to 4. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning, Chief Meteorologist Steve Raleigh. News Radio 700
700 WLW.
28 degrees right now in Cincinnati. They're providing a warm place to stay for people who have no home. Previous record was 404 people combined at the Shelter House in Queensgate and their women's shelter on Reading Road. Last night, they set a new record of sheltering 411 people, according to the executive director, Arlene Nolan. That number could go even higher tonight and tomorrow night.
And normally, when the weather is extremely cold or hot, our numbers spike. And we prepare for that. We constantly looking at the weather and planning ahead. So we are ready for whatever the temperature might be.
Nolan welcomes help to the shelter house in the form of men's sweatpants and underwear and, of course, money. Dramatic rescue described by the Florence Police Department, who, along with deputies from the Boone County Sheriff's Office, found a drowning woman who fell through the ice. Police say she was apparently trying to get her dogs off the ice last night on a lake behind condos at Rio Grande Circle. Officers crawled onto the ice. They fished her out after she apparently spent about 10 minutes in the water, about 100 feet from the shore. She survived, has been released from the hospital. Her dogs were also rescued, and they are fine. Latest on the war between Israel and Hamas, they could be very close to a ceasefire.
President Biden said a hostage release and ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas is, quote, on the brink.
The deal we have structured would free the hostages, halt the fighting, provide security to Israel, and allow us to significantly surge humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians who suffered terribly in this war.
Earlier Monday, the president's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, told reporters the reason for optimism is that gaps between the two sides are slowly getting removed and issues are closing. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Well, the Reds are not going to be on MLB Network this coming season. Instead, they're going to stay with what used to be Bally Sports and is now called the FanDuel Sports Network. FanDuel was before it was Bally Sports. It's not known how many particular carriers will be providing that service this season, but you can hear all the games right here on 700 WLW, the home of the Reds. Closing bell on Wall Street, the Dow gained 358 points to 42,297. S&P 500 was up 9. NASDAQ fell 73 points. 6:05. Next news coming up at 6:30. Matt Reese, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Do you want to literally hit the ground running for the new year, but joint pain is keeping you back? QC Kinetics can get you there. Eddie here. QC Kinetics can help you with no surgery and no downtime. QC uses the natural properties of your body to attack the root cause of the problems. Regenerative treatment that can give you lasting relief. You can say goodbye to shoulder, knee, hip, and back pain. It works. And best of all, you can use HSA and FSA money. You have nothing to lose. The first consultation's free. Get back to your best life in 2025. Call QC Kinetics now. This can change your life. 513-847-0019. Call for your free consultation now. QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. 513-70019.
Not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the Heart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Call 844-844-iHeart to get started. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. Join me and former NFL quarterback Matt Castle for our new podcast, Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle. Between us, we have over 17,500 passing yards, multiple New York Times bestsellers, 1 Mirrorball trophy from Dancing with the Stars. So we're finished with that much athleticism and football insight. Listen to Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Open your free iHeart app and search Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle and start listening.
The following takes place between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth. Truth.
All right, here we go. 608-700 WLW. Welcome in. It's Ralph's American Girl Sports Talk, presented by Kelsey Chevrolet. I'm Lance McAllister. I am pleased you are here. Hope you had at least a manageable weekend. And I'm trying to think of the last time we had a Monday of 3 full hours of sports talk. Usually it is Bengals line or maybe a Monday night football game. We're doing the pregame leading into it, or it's the holiday. I want to say this is the first full Monday of sports talk since August. And I'm very excited for what will unfold over the next 3 hours. Shout out to my neighbor, Billy Udi, who shoveled the rest of our driveway on Saturday. I told the story on, I think it was Friday night. We busted 2 shovels last week, shoveling. Ordered 2, like, space-age, newfangled, shovel Joe evolution type things. I don't even know what it means, the title of them. On Amazon, they have not arrived, and he saw me with a giant push broom on Friday night when the snow started. Was it Friday night? I guess. And he came over on Saturday and did the driveway and the steps. Billy and Jared, the best neighbors you could ever hope to have. Thank you to Billy. All right, what do you say we do some headlines, and then we have things to get into. So let's start here. NFL Wildcard Weekend wraps up tonight with the Vikings and Rams hooking up in Glendale, Arizona. That's after the LA Fires forced the game to be moved. Coverage at 7:30 down the dial on ESPN 1530. The winner plays at the Eagles next Sunday at 3 o'clock. Rest of the matchups are set. Saturday, it's the Texans at the Chiefs, 4:30 kick. The Lions hosting the Commanders at 8 o'clock. Also on Sunday, the Ravens are at the Bills at 6:30. News 5's Charlie Clifford yesterday reported Bengals senior defensive assistant Mark Duffner and defensive quality control coach Louis Siofi will not return. That's 5 departures from the 2024 staff on the defensive side of the ball. The Inquirer reports former Bengals defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo is set to interview with the Colts Wednesday of this week for their vacant defensive coordinator's job. Unable to come to terms, or seemingly uninterested in coming to terms on an extension with his contract expired, the Dallas Cowboys and coach Mike McCarthy are doing the journey thing, going their separate ways. Dallas went 7-10 this season, 45-39 in McCarthy's 5 seasons. He won just 1 playoff game. As you heard Matt with some of the details off the top, perhaps, baseball. Reds have a TV agreement with Main Street Sports, owner of FanDuel Sports Network, formerly Bally Sports, to produce and distribute Reds games in 2025. Details on my blog at 700WLW.com. Fans wanting to see use the streaming service must buy a subscription. Prices were not announced. Team officials say the new agreement, this according to Gordon Whitmire, the Inquirer, team officials tell him the new agreement represents a, quote, slight increase in revenue over what was anticipated going with the